Hey, are you wondering what the best family-friendly neighborhoods in Coeur d'Alene are? Well, stick around, you're about to find out. It's raining. Hey, if this is your first time to the channel, be sure to subscribe, tap the notifications bell so you can stay up to date on all of our latest content. Our real estate team gets calls, texts, and emails every single day from people just like you trying to learn more about North Idaho. So if you're looking to move right now, or 12 months from now, give us a call, text, or email. We would love to help you make that smooth move right here to North Idaho. All right, we're cruising the mean streets of Hayden Canyon right here. I had to add this one in, even though we're not in Coeur d'Alene, we're in Hayden, obviously. It's such a close proximity, I figured we should tack this one on to the tour for today. This is an excellent family-friendly neighborhood. Driving around, we'll get you some shots so you can kind of see what the street layout is. So location-wise, if you take 95 north past Coeur d'Alene into Hayden and hit Lancaster Road, head east on Lancaster, right after you pass North Government, you're gonna be at Hayden Canyon. It spans on both sides of Lancaster. It's gonna be 1,500 homes eventually. There's probably a few hundred that are built right now, maybe 100, I don't know. They're in various stages, but as I cruise this corner here, you can see there's a lot of open land off to my left that will all be developed. It's 610 acres of land at this point. It's gonna be a mix of forested and then just kind of tract homes. Several different home styles in here, smaller ones, bigger ones. The two builders that are in here right now are Lennar Homes and Hayden Homes. We do a lot of new build construction. I feel like I need to add this in. So if you're looking at new builds, we can assist you in that process. Don't call the builder, have someone outside of the builder represent you. It doesn't cost you anything more, and we do them all the time. So we got a lot of experience with that. The cool thing about this neighborhood, there's sidewalks, obviously. There's gonna be walking trails. They've got a charter school, Hayden Canyon Charter, and there's gonna be an equestrian center apparently too. So a lot of homes coming in here, 18-acre park, I gotta add that in. So lots going on. I think it will be a cool vibe. They're doing a pretty good job of mixing in green space and homes, so it's not just a bunch of houses packed in together. Looks like driving through here, looks like most of the bigger trees have been cut down, but I see some on the edges, so we'll see how that turns out in the end. Proximity to things, we're close to, I'd say about 20 minutes to downtown Coeur d'Alene from here. Not very far mileage wise, but you're dealing with a lot of traffic lights. Costco is gonna be less than 10 minutes away. Hayden Lake is very close, so we're turning onto Lancaster right now. If you head east on Lancaster, that will take you to the Sportsman's Access on Hayden Lake, where you can go fishing, drop a boat in there, and then you can also continue going past that and you'll be in National Forest land, and you can go back there. That's one of the places you can go shoot around here or go recreate out in the woods. If you can get on that National Forest land and go all the way to Montana before you hit anything, which is pretty cool. Hayden, like the marina on Hayden Lake, is gonna be less than 10 minutes from here. And so like, as far as amenities, you've got a lot going on. You're on the north end of town, you're close to Target. There's a movie theater nearby in Hayden, plenty of restaurants and things like that. So I think it's a pretty good mixture of being a little bit outside of town, but also having a lot of amenities close by, good schools in Hayden. So I had to include this neighborhood on the tour just because it checks a lot of those boxes, and it's definitely a good destination for families. All right, all set with Hayden Canyon. We're gonna jump over to the Landings in Coeur d'Alene. That's another fantastic family-friendly neighborhood. We're gonna hit 95 South, and we'll be there in about 10 minutes from where we're at right now. So pretty close. The Landings is gonna be kind of on the westish end or side of Coeur d'Alene, and then we'll work back from there and hit a couple other neighborhoods. All right, let's go. All right, so we're out here at the Landings Park. This is an 11-acre park right in the middle of the Landings, which is the next neighborhood we're gonna talk about. This is a cool, I like how they do these. You know, obviously the grass is brown right now. It's February, it's raining, weather sucks. But in the summertime, this is all green and lush. The trees all have leaves on them. You've got a splash pad over here, beautiful playground, tons of grass for the kids to run around. So having this as the hub of the neighborhood is really cool. And there are a few other neighborhoods in Coeur d'Alene and the area up here that do the same thing. But I love it. You've got bathrooms, so you can send the kids out here to do their thing and play all day. You know, like we grew up, they can ride their bikes out here. It's super safe. You don't have to worry about homeless people or anything like that. There's none here. The Coeur d'Alene Police Department's amazing, so they're gonna be out here patrolling. In fact, there's one right there. And and you know, you can let your kids live the life that we all lived growing up and that we all strive for. All right, we're cruising the streets here at the Landings. Just checked out Landings Park. That's a killer spot. You can see driving around, there's sidewalks everywhere. This connects to some bike paths. We're close to shopping, schools, major highways, so easy to get in and out of here. Pretty centrally located, actually between Post Falls and Coeur d'Alene too, so we're very close to Post Falls. So pretty ideal as far as finding a great place for kids. You know, if they've got sports or activities, it's never going to be that hard to get there from here. They've got their own private Facebook group here, so you can connect to the community and kind of, you know, see what's going on in town. Mixture of home sizes, mixture of ages of homes. I always judge the age of a community by the trees along the street. So these are somewhat established. This community's been here for a bit, which can be nice because then you have vegetation that's not like brand new as some of these newer communities have. Home prices here are going to range probably in the low 400s to maybe 800. That'll depend on the size of the home, the lot, and things like that. But overall, just a nice place to come and raise your kids. You know, you're going to be able to trick or treat here. Lots of Halloween and Christmas decorations. So just a good community spirit. Once again, with that nice hub of Landings Park where you can drop the kids off or they can ride their bikes out there and spend the day playing around on the splash pad, throwing the Frisbee, whatever, doing what kids should be doing these days, playing outside. All right, that's a wrap for the Landings. Definitely a fine choice if you're looking for a family-friendly neighborhood. Up next is the #1 clear-cut winner in Coeur d'Alene Place. It's iconic. It's a great area. We'll go highlight that. We're gonna start over at Bluegrass Park. We're heading that way. We'll be there in 5 minutes. Let's go. All right, we are at the hub of Coeur d'Alene Place, which will be Bluegrass Park. So similar to the Landings, you've got this centrally located, beautiful green space. This one also has a splash pad. I was gonna get out, but it looks like they're removing the old wood playground, I'm assuming, to replace it with a new one. And, you know, rolling hills, basketball courts, bathrooms, like another great location that you can send the kids out to play outside, not worry about their safety. This is Idaho. It's super safe up here. Once again, you don't see any tents or homeless people. They don't exist up here, or if they do, there's only a couple. So wanted to kind of highlight this. The neighborhood surrounds us. There are several schools in Coeur d'Alene Place. You've got high school, middle school. I think there's an elementary school. Pretty sure they're all 3. So you've got all of that here. A lot of these schools are walking distance. So Dave, my partner, lives there in Coeur d'Alene Place. His kids are able to walk to school every day, which is kind of a nice feature that they can do that. You know, it's uphill both ways and in the snow, so keep that in mind. But it's cool to live in a neighborhood where you can safely do that. There's bike trails all through here, walking paths, sidewalks, so you can safely navigate this neighborhood without going out on the main street, which is a big deal. So we're cruising some of the side streets here, give you an idea what it looks like. We won't show you on video, but right over there, there's another little green space. There's a little kid out playing with his dog. Dog's running free, kids running free. It's nice to see that here because you can't find that in a lot of cities. Because in a lot of other cities, as you know, there's gonna be tents and homeless people and crime that we just don't have here. So it's like a throwback. We say that a lot, but it is a throwback to a better time. I should mention the Prairie Bike Trail connects to Coeur d'Alene Place. You can jump on that and ride all the way downtown Coeur d'Alene, Riverstone, hit all those areas without going on a road. You can stay on a bike trail the whole way, which is an excellent feature. Maybe not so much in the wintertime, it's doable, but summertime, obviously, you know, get the e-bikes and cruise on downtown, grab a pint somewhere. Like, that's good living. That's North Idaho living. Real estate up here, just as a little indicator, this is a very active market in Coeur d'Alene Place. There are 61 active listings right now. It's February 2025, and we are in the slow season. So as things pick up, you know, we're going to see a lot more active listings in Coeur d'Alene Place specifically. And, you know, they move pretty quick here because, like I said, it is a very desirable place for families to live. All right, that is it. We're going to cruise on to the next one. Next stop is going to be Riverstone. Say what you will, it is a family-friendly place for rich people. All right, Last stop of the day, Riverstone in Coeur d'Alene. You might argue with me whether it's family friendly or not, but the whole concept here is like a live, work, play hub. So you're gonna have a mixture of luxury condos, townhomes, gated communities, waterfront living. You've got it all here. I'll cruise by some of these and show you what you're looking at, but median home price here is like 1.12 million. That's median, so they go up quite a bit from there, especially if you're on one of those waterfront homes. But they're pretty cool, so if you've got the money, we would love to sell you one of those. Absolutely, I fully endorse that. They're gonna be situated right on the Spokane River, which we're heading towards right now. Some great restaurants in here. You've got Terraza, La Peep, some classics, and they sit right on the waterfront too, so you can outdoor dine and have waterfront views, which is pretty cool. So we're gonna hit this strip right here, and we'll show you some of the homes that sit right on the waterfront and kind of give you an idea of what you're looking at here. And then we'll pop over into like the main hub, the little downtown section of Riverstone, which has a bunch of shops, a movie theater, restaurants, things like that. I'll show you what that looks like. All right, I'm standing out here at Riverstone Park. This is pretty cool. They've got a man-made pond here, outdoor amphitheater, some beautiful buildings, some condos, Anthony's, which is a restaurant. And the other cool thing, playground of course, the other cool thing is that we are adjacent to the Centennial Trail. Wow, blanked on that for a second. I got it. Centennial Trail, which runs from Coeur d'Alene all the way out past Spokane. It's like 70 miles long. So you have access to that. You can jump on that. That'll get you into downtown over to Sanders Beach, which is pretty nice to have those bike path options. We also have access to the Spokane River from here. There's multiple access points. And then if you head over to Atlas Waterfront, which is the next neighborhood over on the river, you've got public beaches, you've got an aquatic dog park. That's where we cold plunge a lot. So you have all of this. You have the beautiful river behind you, the mountains on the other side of that. Lots of custom homes. You know, a lot of them are very unaffordable, to be honest, unless you have a lot of money, but that's cool. And it's just nice to come down here and recreate. We're gonna head over to the main drag of Riverstone next, and I'll kind of show you all the shops over there, because that's definitely worth checking out as well. All right, we're in the Village at Riverstone. The Village, well, it's kind of anchored by Regal Cinemas here, which is cool. You've got a big movie theater surrounded by, you know, Cold Stone Creamery, lots of cool shops, some local shops too. There's a Starbucks in here, but you know how I feel about Starbucks. Go find a local coffee shop, don't go there. But I just wanted to kind of highlight, it's kind of a neat area, and above all of those shops are all condominiums. So you can buy one of those, live right there, and have all the stuff right at your feet, literally. So I figured Riverstone was definitely worth checking out. Some people work here. There's some medical facilities, commercial space. So it is kind of that hub that they were going for, of like live, work, and play in one area. And it definitely checks all those boxes. So that's why I included it on the tour today. Granted, you're not going to see a lot of kids running around here, but it could be that family-friendly spot for you if you kind of like that urban-ish lifestyle. With the ability to jump on the Centennial Trail and cruise on down to Coeur d'Alene in like 5 minutes, you'll be there and enjoying all of the amenities that downtown Coeur d'Alene has to offer. Hey, thank you guys for joining us on this tour of family-friendly neighborhoods in Coeur d'Alene and a little bit in Hayden. This area, as we highlight all the time, is an amazing place for families. Lots of families are moving here from out of state that want to find a place that matches their own values. So I think Idaho, North Idaho, Coeur d'Alene checks all of those boxes for a lot of these families. If you guys are thinking about making the move, I don't care if it's right now or 12 months from now, give us a call. Our real estate team of almost entirely former first responders and veterans, we are here to serve, and we love to help families like you make the move here to North Idaho.